Hi, hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of The Crafting Coach. My name is Megan Rosendahl. I am the Crafting Coach, and this week I'm going to show you one final piece of wall art that we can make using our spare scrapbook paper. Last week I showed you how to make this really cool blooming flower out of our leftover paper. Well, this week I'm going to show you something that can be best described as a 3D quilt on canvas. Once again, we're recycling our scraps into beautiful artwork for our walls. And once again, our project can be customized to fit any decor. So here's what we'll need for this week's project. Our spare pieces of scrapbook paper. One canvas, this one is an 8x10, and Mod Podge. We'll also want a ruler, a scissors, a paintbrush, a pencil, and I'm going to adorn mine with some buttons and paint pens. Feel free to paint your canvas first if you'd like, but I'm going to leave mine white so the colors really stand out. You're also going to want something circular that you can use to trace circles out of your paper, and I found that the lid to a small tub of Play-Doh works really great. Grab your circle and trace out your scrapbook paper. If you're working with this size canvas, you'll want maybe 20 to 30 different pieces, and more if you have a larger space to work with. Cut them out when you're done. When they're all cut and ready, we're going to take the circles and fold 4 edges in to make a square. The best way that I found to do this was to bisect the circle in pencil on the back, then fold at the line. Just do your best to make sure that the square is the same size. The last bit of prep work that I'm going to do is lay down some of the square pieces on my canvas so I can see where they're going to fall. Then I'll mark and draw straight lines along the canvas so I make sure that I go in a straight line. When that's done, our prep work is complete and we can start assembling our design. I'd recommend laying each piece on the canvas first so you know what you're working with. As you can see, I'm assembling them so they look more like diamonds than squares. When you're ready, take your first piece and apply Mod Podge to the square part of the circle and press that down firmly onto the canvas. Apply Mod Podge to your second piece, one that's right next to the first one that you did, and press that down on the canvas so it butts up right to the one next to it. Place a third piece between the two so it fits snugly. Now, we can apply a bit of Mod Podge to the circular flaps and connect those pieces too. Just keep going until you've got each piece of paper glued down and then set it aside to dry. If you've made it this far, you're technically done. But of course we're going to jazz it up a little bit. Add splashes of color with a paint pen, grab some buttons to add more color, do both. There's really no way to go wrong with this one. This is your chance to totally make it your own. I'm honestly surprised how easy this was to make. Tracing and cutting the circles is by far the most time-consuming part, but after that, the assembly goes extremely fast. In about an hour, we've created an awesome 3D print that has color showing on every side. It really looks so great on my wall. Well, that's it. I want to thank you very much for joining me again this week. I will be back next Friday morning at 11 a.m. with another brand new project just for you. We'll tear it apart, we'll break it down, I'll tell you what to do, I'll tell you what not to do, and hopefully we'll have just a little bit of fun along the way. Please feel free to follow my Crafting Coach board on Pinterest. You can find me under Megan Rosendahl. And also be sure to follow the Aberdeen American News online and on Facebook, where every single Crafting Coach video is available for you. On the Aberdeen American News website, just go to the 605 Life tab on the homepage and scroll down to the Crafting Coach. If you have any tips, ideas, or suggestions, please email me at mrosendahl@aberdeennews.com. I'd love to hear from you. We'll see all of you next week for a great project for our front porch. Bye!